CM Punk. So I wanted to just talk about CM Punk. I want to play you CM Punk's promo. I think we may have talked about his first promo, but we're just gonna do like a retrospect on a deep dive, an omnibus. Just kidding, not really that technically, but you guys know what I'm saying. I'm gonna play you CM Punk's promo since he's been in WWE from start to finish, and we're just gonna talk about this. We're just going to talk about this shit. So, his Raw promo, we talked about it on the show before. Let's just play it. I want to just play it for you guys, and let's just relive it together and mark out for a bit here. This is going to
Looks like hell froze over.
hell froze fucking over. They pop
And
huge.
when I mean hell froze over, I mean this is me standing in a WWE ring
Yeah.
on Monday Night Raw with a live microphone in my hand. Yeah. I don't mean the fact that apparently a Blackhawks fan is universally loved inside the Predators barn.
Ooh, you got to throw that. I'm an Edmonton Oilers fan, so fuck all them.
Okay, I'm sorry, I had to. You guys understand that. I gotta be me, right? And lately, I've been feeling a little bit more like myself ever since Saturday, which was a career highlight for me. I've been trying to come up with the words and the
So this was Raw after following Survivor Series. I'm sure you all knew that, but I don't know. Just fill it in.
language to explain to all of you exactly how I feel. And I've come to two words, and I'm afraid to say them, honestly. And it's not because they're not true. It's because I'm a little bit scared of how true they actually are.
Sorry, Punk.
And it's a little bit corny, and it's a little bit cheesy, and it's not going to sound like CM Punk. But I've changed. And once upon a time, an American dream taught me that as long as you speak from the heart, you cannot go wrong because it is the truth. And this is the truth.
It's right down the camera.
I'm home.
It's true, though, man. It's true. It's true.
I've come back to this familiar place, and I didn't know how I was going to react, and I didn't know how it was going to go, but it has made me feel like my old self, because this is where
Punk, now here, sorry to pause it at it. This is where he's about to just drop more bombs, but he went home for a little bit. He went to that. This is what it was, right? This is what it was, right? He grew up in a ratty shack. He grew up. He made it out. This fucking little punk kid in Chicago. He made it out. Beautiful home. Fought on a big stage. Wrestled the Undertaker. WrestleMania. He did all this craziness, right? And also, like, yeah, the old leadership is a huge part of this. But he does all this shit, and then he goes back home and to that ratty shack when he went to ROH/AEW. He thought he was going home, but the ratty shack just got gentrified. You know what I mean? They renovated the outs, they paid new paint job, but you go in there and it's still a broken home. It's not, it was his frustrations on the indies when he's telling Eddie Kingston, yo, you need to take your fucking body seriously and take this shit seriously. That's the frustrations. He went back to AEW going, yeah, this is that old feeling. But no, the old feeling was him in those indies on the hunt for WWE. I think like Cody was in the WWE system. So I don't know if he felt that. That's why when he went to the indies, and they're right. In order to love this place, as Dusty Rhodes said, in order to love WWE, you have to leave WWE in order to appreciate what it is, right? So Punk, what the feeling he was missing was doing this crazy shit on the indies so he could get to the WWE. It wasn't being on the indies doing all that shit. That was the journey. That's the memories attached to that feeling. It's like when you walk into a place and it smells like your fucking grandma's house. That's what's attached to those emotions that he was yearning for and what he was craving and missing from wrestling. Now, some of those itches were scratched when he went to AEW, but when he realized, like, God damn, this house ain't a home. Like, there's no daddy home. You know what I mean? Yeah. There ain't like this, and he tried to make a difference, and then he got shitted on for it. When really he was doing AEW a fucking favor, dude. He was doing them a favor. And yeah, I don't know, he's home, and I believe that. And that's, if you've never worked a shitty job, or you've never come from a messed up home, or you've never fought with or been in love, if you've never been in love and lost, you don't understand what this man's talking about right now, and that's fine. But I don't know. And just look how good he looks. He looks all tanned and jacked. Yeah, you need a body, kid. He's not a body guy. He's a stick guy, but still, you gotta work out. We're gonna get you on that Triple H WrestleMania 18 regiment. Yeah, Dave Meltzer's gonna come and talk shit about me on Maury Povich and try and expose me for steroids, but I'm gonna beat the case. Yeet. I got Yeet back. Yeah. Shout out Stephen P. New. Sorry, Stephen P. New represented Punk in the AEW shit, and he represented the dude who sent a cease and desist to WWE for Yeet, but then he cut a deal, which everyone said to do. He cut a deal, so he's like, yeah, everyone buy those shirts. So, Yeet, and shout out Stephen P. New, dude. He's doing big moves in the business this year. He had a crazy year.
My old self, because this is where I belong. This is home, and I've been gone for 10 years, and over 10 years, you people never forgot me, even when maybe I wanted to forget me.
No.
And that's powerful. You are all powerful.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Punk. Thank you.
A bunch of continents, countless countries, arenas all over the world, the people watching at home, the people in the building never stopped chanting my name.
CM Punk. Dude, he's the man. He knows how to just get them in the palm of his hand.
The voiceless found their voice, and I couldn't be more proud of you, and I heard you. And that's why I'm back, because I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys, and I've missed you guys, and I've missed all of this, and I wish I could say I never had to leave. But once upon a time, a wise man told me, for me to get everything I need out of this place, I'd have to leave and come back.
Pardon me, I think I quoted Dusty as saying that earlier. I think I called Cody Dusty as well. I'm flying, guys. We're just doing the damn thing. No, but it was Paul Heyman who said that.
Hate to say the wise man was right. But that's why I'm back, to get everything I need out of this place. I'm back for you, because you are home. Saturday night was an amazing moment. Monday night is an amazing moment. Try to have the words to explain to you how it feels, but in front of and behind the camera, it's been nothing but love. It's been nothing but hugs. It feels like a family reunion. Everybody back there is happy to see me, and it's all smiles. A few people kissed me on the mouth. It's welcome back, welcome home. We've missed you. We're happy to see you. By the way, how's AJ? And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, AJ is fabulous, and she sends her regards.
How over is AJ still, dude? I hope
everybody has welcomed me back with open arms.
Come back. AJ Lee versus Mercedes Moné or some crazy shit. Oh, shit.
Well, almost everybody.
People are like, who?
Just kidding. Some people are afraid.
We love Mercedes, bro. We're going to talk about that later.
They're afraid of the truth. They're afraid of what they don't understand, but I understand. Everything I've ever wanted has always been here. The competition here, week in and week out, competes to be the best in the world, but the best in the world has not been here for almost 10 years. I understand being afraid. They're afraid that I just set the bar to an unattainable level. They're afraid that the brass ring is in my back pocket and they can't grab it. They're afraid that the most dangerous and controversial, feared man in this industry just walked through the front door and there's nothing that they can do about it.
Tell me when he's telling lies.
Some people are afraid that tomorrow morning when they wake up, they're going to have to come to terms with the fact that their best efforts at being the best in the world, in this ring, on this microphone,
they're saying it.
even at commentary,
listen, like the smarky smarks, smirkety smarks, like this is what WWE does so well, and this is what I wanted to talk about with his promo on SmackDown, which we're going to listen to. Sorry, did I jump ahead here with this? Or no, that was SmackDown. Good. But first off, how over is AJ Lee still? And then, but when he says on this microphone, in this ring, on commentary, like a bunch of the smarks yell out on commentary, and I did too when he was cutting the promo. And the thing is like, that's a callback to his pipe bomb. We talked about it last show, but it's what they do so brilliant. 90% of all of his promos since he's been back are about WWE shit. And then there's like a little 10%. And I know the pipe bomb's WWE shit, but that really was all the indie marks were like, whoa, when he did that. So it's yeah, he's alluding to that, and he does 90% WWE shit, and then he's got like 10% of his promo, 5% of it's gonna be some like shit for the smarky smarks, and that's what WWE just does overall. I've talked about it ad nauseum. The little X's in the background for the Survivor Series graphic, Nakamura dropping bars about, Bray Wyatt with the lantern in the back. There was a lantern in the background. They're doing all the White Bunny shit, and then all of a sudden he returns. Like, what they're doing is they're playing into the smarkiest of smart over analytical smart marks like me who watch all this wrestling shit, who are knowledgeable on virtually all wrestling shit, bar some maybe Joshi fucking promotions or something, and then, but what they also do is they cater primarily though to the casual WWE fan, people who watch football and then switch over to Raw and switch back over to football primarily, but they still enjoy wrestling if there's nothing else on. Like, those people can understand it. So, and we talked about the AEW fans after this promo got mad because,
but it's a lie,
because he didn't fucking cook AEW. Like, they're mad he didn't diss them in this promo. And yeah, we're going to work along with the copium as we go through each promo here.
Because the best in the world is back, and the best in the world is standing in the middle of the ring, live and in living color in Nashville, Tennessee,
yes,
on a Monday night, and his name is
CM Punk. Done, son. Looks dead in the can. Back.
I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money.
He knew it. You could tell by the look in his motherfucking face that there's some shit he wanted to say. Like, you could just tell there's some shit he thought about saying, and then he just went with, I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make money. Bam. Bam, 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 bam. Where's my shit? I gotta drop him something, right? It's an explosion. Yeah. So that was... And then after Raw went off the air, he ran a victory lap around the ring. And when he makes his entrance now, if you guys notice, he just runs like a quick lap around the ring. And it's genius. So we talked about it last show. They're mad that he didn't diss them. So on SmackDown, he shows up. Now, we don't know. They list him during this week, which was last week, as a free agent. So he shows up on SmackDown to determine, like, to just cut a little. Am I going to fucking sign here? Am I going to sign... We'll listen to the promo together. But again, this was brilliant. And he opened up a little bit more with the AEW shit, tossed a couple barbs. Now, I may have said it on the show before, but I think it's really fucked up if you guys don't follow me at Pro Wrestle Times on X and everywhere else on social media. It's fucked up that Punk and these guys like Cody and these guys are wrapped up under such tight NDAs that they can't say shit. Now people don't really get how NDAs work now. As someone who's worked with them in the past, you it's like, okay, people think like, oh, you sign an NDA and then you can't, if people are doing like illegal shit, you can't, like, no, if someone's doing illegal shit, that foregoes like most NDAs, you know. I'm sure maybe like I don't know. I never mind. I don't even want to say. I was gonna say like maybe like people way up there can, you know, maybe they're into some super weird shit where their NDAs are like impenetrable. Possibly, but I don't know if you for the conspirators out there. But it's, you know, someone's like murdering someone, that you know, the fucking NDA's in the toilet as far as that's concerned, that specific thing. Maybe speaking about other things, not so much. But yeah, so these NDAs, like, it's not like he can't say shit, and it's not like Tony Khan can't say shit. You know, Tony Khan took a live microphone, went in Chicago and said shit about the Punk situation. But with that being said, he keeps people under tight knit, these NDAs, and you can tell that's what it is. But obviously, like someone like Big Swole, she's like, shit, Tony would be smoking on my weed and shit. So I don't know, like, did she breach there, you know? I don't know if he really cares or if it's really that tightly knit. I just think like Cody and Punk realize that taking the high road is the better way to go. And I think they also all realize that Tony Khan really truly means no harm. He's just in over his head. That's all. And it's fine, I guess. I've always said it. If I had $1 billion, I'd throw it at wrestling too. I'd give it to the boys. If I just had an extra, hey, I can just throw, you know, 500 million to $1 billion into the wrestling industry. Let's see what happens. I would do it. But I would also personally, I would hire people who knew what they were doing better than me in areas I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, which we'll talk about in a bit with where Tony Khan's at. With his final battle press conference, that shit was crazy. But anyways, here's the SmackDown CM Punk promo, tribute to the troops, one of my favorite shows every year. I don't know, like, shout out the fucking troops, man. I'm Canadian, but like when America goes to war, Canada goes to war. Like, that's the deal, right? That's why we have healthcare, because y'all have a military. Legit. So anyways, the crowd's going nuts. He's in the ring. And people go, oh, it's mostly military people. And what does that mean? They're stupid and they don't know what's going on. What do you, like, you know, like, what the fuck does that even mean, dude? They're I don't know. And not only that, they invited troops who are home right now, and it's like I just don't get, oh, troops probably don't watch football and wrestling and MMA and shit. What the fuck, kind of dumb? This is the cope when he brings up the AEW shit and nobody knows about it. Oh, it's mostly troops. Really? Because it doesn't look like mostly troops. It looks like mostly maybe 50-50. And on top of that, these troops are home. And on top of that, they're not fucking dumb retards. Sorry to use this language, but they're not. And like, you motherfuckers are, because clearly, because these guys obviously know things. Like, I'm sure they know what Taylor Swift and fucking WWE is so hot right now. I'm sure they know who CM Punk is, you fucking weirdos. It's so crazy. These people are just in such a bubble, such a tight-knit bubble, dude. Like, listen to them. Yeah, they're white hot. They're white hot for all this shit. And you hear it in the last promo when he starts going, I've changed, and he's like explaining his past shit. And then the crowd on Raw, the people started kind of booing a bit. And they're not booing Punk, but they just don't change, Punk. We don't need you. No, we need you to change as far as like, don't just go smacking people, but we never thought you would ever smack anyone in WWE. You're only smacking these fucking kids because they weren't fucking smacked the way you guys were smacked on the come up. Oh, that's abuse. Okay, but these guys are changing people's lives, dude, in WWE, as far as there's millions of fucking people, dude, all around the world. WWE put up a poll. What was the match of the year? Gunther, Sheamus, and fucking what's his face at Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, or Roman versus Cody or some shit, and they all voted for the Roman match. And then these AIR Gold Hey, you fucking shill. You're just a shill, dude. You're just a shill. It's crazy, you know? Don't stop fucking projecting these mentally ill. I swear these kids are 13, dude. Never been laid for sure. Anyways, though, um, AIR Gold, though, he's posting, or one of these fucking accounts, they're posting about, yeah, this just shows you how smart WWE fans are because most people voted the Roman match. And it's just like, it's such a narrow, it's like, yeah, dude, WWE has like millions of fans in India and shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they have fans all over the world who some of them they don't understand. There's a video of these kids in like I want to say India or like an African country or something, and they did the whole bloodline setup, dude. Like they all dress like the bloodline and they're all the way like across the globe. I'm not dissing AEW by like, okay, London, they did a big show. But I'm just saying like there's whole markets out like outside of your bubble. And even though they might not be big markets as far as like buying tickets to shows, these markets are huge for like social media and stuff like that. And they don't know, like they like Roman and shit. Like to them, that's what gets across to them. And they're just so ignorant, man. These people are so fucking ignorant. And they think because Dave Meltzy, which we're gonna talk about in a bit, posted some fucking fake thing about, oh, you know, the WWE fans are less intelligent and have less money than AEW fans on average. What the fuck kind of stupid shit is that? Like, dude, there's way more WWE fans. Period. Period, man. Like it's just fucking insane. And all that we're going to talk about it later, but it's just basically some bullshit going like Fox bad, TNT good, you know? But either way, we'll get into that later because I gotta go off on all that. But Dave posted that so people think like, oh, you have to like Gunther and Sheamus more than a Roman match, or else you're dumb and you're dumb and you don't like wrestling and shit. This is this elitist gatekeepy mentality that at least WWE fans, for the most part, can criticize, dude. Like I criticize this shit when it warrants it. I started the show going, dude, Randy Orton can't just be standing outside the fucking ring. That's embarrassing. Like for 3 minutes during commercial, right? So I'm not. I don't know. It's I've always say good for me, not for thee. I always botch the fucking line when I say it too. Dummy, yeah.
Dummy, yeah.
Anyway, SmackDown's promo.
I've got good news, ladies and
White
gentlemen.
hot.
It's the top of the 9 o'clock hour. And
Hell
that
froze
means
over, sure.
I'm not the end of the show. I'm not going to get my time cut. You want to chant? You go ahead and chant.
Hell froze over. That shirt is so fire. All of his merch is fire. Top merch seller in both companies at once. AEW and WWE. Jesus,
You guys do understand that Adam Pearce is trying to sign me to Monday Night Raw, right?
They start booing. This is SmackDown, of
I
course.
think they were a little bit
I knew he was
louder
gonna sign
on
to
Raw,
Raw.
don't you? No? That's the question of the hour I'm getting.
And
CM
this was
Punk, now that you're
booked
back in the
brilliantly. So he shows up at the pay-per-view, and then he shows up the next night on Raw and just kind of does his little thing. And then he's like, yo, but I'm gonna show up on SmackDown and give a long thing. And then they announce he's a free agent. So then you don't know, like, where is he gonna go? Where's he gonna go? You're stretching out this whole story, right? On Collision, Thunder Rosa came back. She was hurt forever. She came back. Shout her out. I'm so happy she's back. But she ran out to save Abaddon for some reason against Julia Hart and Sky Blue. What? It's just like, dude, so why don't you have like Sky Blue and Julia beat up Abaddon the one week, and then the next week you have them beat her up again or cut a promo, and then Thunder Rosa or something? Like, you can milk these things. So, and that's how you get ratings. Why? Because it's interest. It's not just, get it all done, pack it in before the pay-per-view. This is a last-minute idea because all I do is lay out matches and then I figure out how to get there after. It's just so silly. So Punk, you know, they put him on SmackDown, and then he has next Raw to come out and give his decision. So they're just keeping the interest. And he spiked all the ratings, dude. The ratings go boop boop, skyrocket when this motherfucker's on, and when Roman's on, boop boop. So I don't know. We'll talk about it. Let's listen to this.
Where are you going to sign? And I feel fortunate that I get to take this journey with y'all because I'm partly going to leave it up to you.
A man of the people.
So do you want me
a true man
to sign and be a Monday Night Raw superstar?
Yes, I did. Yes, I do.
I can't hear you. Did you want me to sign to be Friday Night SmackDown exclusive?
Nah.
Do you want me to throw 29 other superstars over the top rope and then climb this turnbuckle and point at a sign and main event WrestleMania?
Dude, yes, I do. That's lit as fuck. Cody and Punk final 2 in the Rumble. Oh shit.
An old friend of mine that welcomed me back home with open arms famously likes to come out here and say, "What do you guys want to talk about?"
Speaking of Cody. Now, you guys tell me in the comments or let me know, jump in the Discord, tell us the links somewhere. If you just look under wherever you're watching or listening to this, you just click the Discord link, join, and chop it up with us. Do you guys, what do you think? Punk throws Cody over, like Punk wins the Rumble, challenges Seth, and then Cody wins the Elimination Chamber to face Roman, or vice versa? I think you do it. I think you have Cody because he won the Rumble last year. So you have him be like one of the few guys to go back to back with that again, right? They're setting all these records again and making new history, right? Because think about in 50 years from now, they'd have new history with Endeavor. This was a pivotal moment in the history of pro wrestling, you know? Just think about it, guys. So anyways, you have Cody win back-to-back again. Maybe this time you have him do a number 1 and then back-to-back win even. Like he comes out number 1 or 2 and Iron Man's it. Or you don't have to do that because maybe that's a little cheesy. But I think you have Cody throw Punk over and then Punk go like, listen, my whatever. Like my goal is still the same. Like, and I'm going to win the Elimination Chamber. And I think you just have Cody win the Rumble, call out Roman, and then you have Punk go after Seth by winning the Elimination Chamber, and then you sort of keep it that way where the Rumble winner always goes after the WWE title, and then it's always like the Elimination Chamber winner goes after the World Heavyweight title. If they're keeping the brand split exclusive, then just the winner picks. But I just feel like the Money in the Bank's over there primarily focused on Seth as well. So I had another epiphany thinking, because I always said Solo's going to be the one to dethrone Roman, but also Damian Priest could somehow, like, out of nowhere swerve us, get involved in the Roman match with Cody, and then that's how Cody gets the win or something. I don't know, and then we see, like, Bloodline go after Judgment Day or something. I don't know, maybe that's too convoluted, but I don't want Roman to lose this bit. Like, I want him to reign for fucking ever till WrestleMania 45, but I feel like they're going to take it off of Mania. Anyways, I'm just fantasy Mark Booking. I got to give myself an X-Files for just my fantasy fucking. The truth is out there.
I've been listening, and I hear there's a few people that are a little bit upset. They don't like the happy-go-lucky CM Punk. They don't like the CM Punk that says, hey, I love you guys. I'm home, and I'm glad to be home. So I listen, and I hear, and I understand that. So allow me to turn this up to 11. Allow me to be that spicy CM Punk you all know and love. Allow me to get comfortable at home. This is me putting my feet up on the couch.
Yeah, dude.
And my feet got a lot of mud all over them, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. From stomping mud holes. From stomping mud holes. Yeah. Give me a hell yeah.
What? Y'all want to talk about? It's who do you want me to talk about?
Oh, yeah. People are captivated. Do you see the smile on those fucking gorgeous women's faces in the front row? Like, this is what I'm talking about, man. Superstar time, guys. Like, AEW, man. Y'all had the fucking chance, man. Y'all had the fucking chance, dude. You had it all right there. I could tell, too, when Cody was talking. Dude, that's why I fell in love, and they don't realize that's why so many people fell in love with AEW, was because of what Cody was doing and what he was talking about the company would be and what he visioned it to be, dude. Okay, what he was spitting was what we all saw it being. And then when we all realized like what Tony Khan's vision was, and it was just basically, let's revive ROH. Oh, now ROH is for sale. Let me buy ROH. So now he owns it, you know? And like, he's all on TV, on the ROH TV or the ROH app or whatever the fuck it's on. And I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. We got to, and then like the way they just discuss ROH and AEW, like it's interchangeable. Like what a like if you watch the broadcast Final Battle, when ROH, when he does the ROH press conference, he's talking about we're always under attack as AEW. We're going to talk about it later. They're interchangeable. He fucked up, man. You fucked up. You might as well call this shit AEW/ROH Impact Wrestling, you know, like, or whatever. Like, you might as well, because you fucked it. And yeah, dude, they had a chance to do an like. The move was always, and let me X-Files myself, ROH invasion. You do an ROH invasion. You have some guys who you sign kind of defect to ROH, right? And then once AEW conquers and topples and unifies and absorbs ROH, then you reintroduce titles back to the new ROH, or you just have the titles go away, but I think you absorb them with your belts. That'd be cool. And then in the new ROH, you reintroduce the whole retro aesthetic and retro vibe that Tony was going with, right? Because like instantly he just switched the belts back to the retro silver red. Well, you had those gold ones. Why didn't you absorb them to your AEW ones, right? Or like you know, your trios belts and all that, you absorb their 6-man tag, all that shit. But anyways, but he's a belt mark, so we know why. And then what you would have had was like Jay Lethal, some of those guys defect to ROH and be like, fucking, I came to AEW, never gave me a chance, did all that shit. And then what happens is AEW, AOH, see? All Elite of Honor. Like they beat ROH, and then ROH defects down, and then Tony, like however you set it up, like William Regal or whoever your GM is, Jeff Jarrett, walks away and goes like, yeah, I'm representing ROH, whatever the fuck. Like you do the old Vince McMahon versus Ric Flair, and it's Tony Khan, Jeff Jarrett, and then Jeff Jarrett's in control of ROH. And the way it works out though is that, yeah, AEW absorbed all their titles and shit, but I retained the TV rights and Honor or something. He just swindles his way so that like Jeff Jarrett or somebody is the head of Ring of Honor and is carrying, or Tony Khan goes, yeah, like we won this war, we absorbed the belts, but I don't want to see Ring of Honor die. I'm a man, like, you know, I love Ring of Honor, so I'm gonna keep it alive and you can run it, but it's under my control, da 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 da. And then you have those top guys who kind of defected with the young guys you want to bring up, the people who'd be on Dark and Dark Elevation, they're in Ring of Honor, and then you slowly rotate out. Like then Punk could have went down there, Joe could have went down there, whoever could have, Kenny Omega could have went down there for a quick little run, and you just make your own NXT, and then you use ROH as like your, you know, that's where you try out guys, you do your dark matches. That was the move right there. But instead of doing that, Tony's like, no, we're gonna compete with ourselves and step on our own dicks, try to, and hope that there's a TV deal and keep ROH as a subscription. Like, it's just all over the place craziness. But anyways, back to CM Punk.
Do you want me to talk about Cody Rhodes? I could tell you some stories. Or do you want me to talk about somebody who's not here? By the sounds of it, somebody who's never here. Roman Reigns.
Crowd erupts. Wait till they do that program. That's what I'm saying. Y'all really think that Roman is going to... So he's got another match with LA Knight easily. Let me just start dropping him like I do, man. He's got another match with LA Knight easily.
What?
He's got Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns. At least one more match. They've had it in the past, but they can do it properly now.
What?
He's got a match with Seth Rollins cooking at some point when Rollins drops that title and goes and fights fucking Roman.
What?
You got a Cody Rhodes rematch, which Cody's the best bet to beat him.
What?
You got fucking a Solo Sikoa match.
What?
You got a CM Punk match that the crowd just fucking erupted for.
What?
I mean, you don't need to even take the belt off Roman at this WrestleMania, guys. I'm sorry, and I know it fucking triggers people. I know people don't like the thought of that, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Listen to how the crowd erupted. Could you imagine Punk and Roman? God damn it, dude. So you have all of these matches down the line, and I don't know. Like, to me, they all talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin should come and do a match.
What?
The Rock could come and do a match.
What?
These are guys who Roman could wrestle Austin. Roman, like, fuck it, you know? Roman could wrestle The Rock, which is what I want to see. I'm still holding out for, let's do Roman Rock at this Mania. You know, like, I don't know, if The Rock came back and he shock beat Punk and Cody, people maybe would boo-boo, but I want to see it, man. I want to see Rock and Roman. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm talking big money moves, dude. I don't give a fuck about, like, now, would they make a good story out of it? I don't know. That's what I care about, right? So, but I'm just saying, like, just listen to the pop for Punk.
Tribal
Roman
Chief,
possibility.
I acknowledge you. Congratulations on all your success.
And y'all, dude, when Punk left All In, he draped the belt over his shoulder and put the one up. Like Roman Reigns does, dude. So
bruh.
That's AEW just dropped the ball and he knew it. He knew, and he was signaling.
Don't forget who the OG Paul Heyman guy is.
He's always had his eye on Roman. That big money match. Do you think, hold on. Let's stop for a second. Do you not think for a second that this motherfucker, that they're not going to do that match? How many pay-per-views are left until WrestleMania? Do you not think, so Cody dethrones Roman and then what? Roman's just like, oh, I'm going to fight up for the belt back. When Roman drops it, he's going home, guys, okay? I want y'all to understand this. So he is not dropping it yet. I don't think, because he's on such part-time. The ratings don't fail. People are not tired of it. I don't care what the Twitter marks say. Even MJF says it. Dude, you guys are 7% of the market. So 7% of the market, most of them, you wonder why you get bombarded. You're a normal person. You get bombarded by fucking weirdos on X. That's why. They have multiple accounts. They have 5 fucking accounts. These crazy fucking weirdos. Okay? And that's why they don't give a shit when he brings up the Buck shit, which he's about to get into. But yeah, I don't even know the fucking point I'm making. Okay, but the point I'm making is that yeah, just don't listen to that fucking noise. It's a low percentile of fucking people, and this is
that he was my wise man first.
And these are the little just shots for the
now Roman
for
might
the
not be
smarts
here
to keep them invested in the shit, you know?
Cousins are.
But do you not think, sorry, this is what I was talking about. Do you not think that they're not going to do Roman Punk? Like you have Orton is right there. You have the rematch with LA Knight. You have Cody Rhodes match. You have a potential Rock match. You have to do, pardon me, you have to do Reigns and Rollins, dude, down the line. Like just the way I've seen it, like you have to do that again with, I don't know, but Rollins might go heel though with him feuding Punk, so maybe we don't get that one. But either way, you got to do the Punk match. So he might not lose this fucking belt until way after WrestleMania, you know? I got to be 100% on. It could be like the Hogan, like he could win at Mania again and then he'll drop it at SummerSlam, which I think that would be a bad, it's got to be Mania where he drops it. No, maybe that's just my markdom. But yeah, he's, you know, and then him and Cody, where Cody's the champ at Mania or something. That could always be that, but either way, so much money to be
Solo, big tough son of a gun that I don't know, but I'm familiar with his cousin,
I feel
Jimmy
like
Uso. By the way, shout out to main event Jey Uso, who's over on Monday Night Raw.
They get Jacob Fatu and Zilla Fatu and shit.
These are the things that I have to wrestle with. Do I want to go to Monday Night Raw and hang out with Jey Uso? Or do I want to stay here on SmackDown and scrap with Jimmy Uso?
No,
But if I scrap with Jimmy Uso, holy gosh, he's got a lot of cousins. I'm talking like endless Samoans, right?
Yes, sir.
So if I scrap with him, I'm going to need backup. And they're in tag team action tonight. Can I trust a guy who I have history with, who hears voices in his head? Can I tag with Randy Orton? I don't know. Are we going to get along? Are we not going to get along? It'll probably be entertaining either way, right? One guy I'm pretty positive that would tag with me is Randy's partner tonight, and his name is...
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. There's too many over guys for Roman to keep beating. And people go, why would he keep beating them? Well, because you're out your fucking mind if you don't think Punk's laying down for Roman once on this run, right? And why would he keep beating them? I don't know. Why did Hogan beat fucking Andre and Yokozuna and King Kong Bundy? And like, you know, why did they beat everyone? Why beat Piper? Why did he beat everyone? Because he's a fucking big ass megastar who, and they go, oh, he'll go to Hollywood. Or he doesn't. Or they just pay him millions to sit on the couch, be a top merch seller, take tons of time off to be with his family. He earned it, big money matches. Do you really need to go to Hollywood and do what? Oh, you can make $40 billion on a fucking movie that he might not be good at, you know, being the Rock's. Like, why? Not everyone needs to do that. You know what I mean? Roman don't need to do that. He's like the LeBron James of fucking WWE.
Someone said Kevin Owens.
And that's what makes people sick. To think that like the Young Bucks, like really think about it, probably get paid more than a Roman Reigns does. And they think that makes them good because they worked a fucking money mark. It's crazy, bro.
Owens, that'd be interesting, right? Can I tag with Kevin Owens? Maybe I can fight Kevin Owens. Let's pump the brakes on that one just for a second. Kevin's a little bit prickly, and I mean to say is that him and I are probably too much alike. And I don't know who would feel comfortable working with somebody who randomly just punches people in the face backstage. I mean, it's 2023, ladies and gentlemen. You just can't be doing stuff like that. That's insane.
See, people are clapping. See, there's people laughing. You see them laughing, but just a lot of them are just like, yeah, like, fuck. You know, like, you know, he smacked these fucking goofballs. You know, like, that's how I felt. It was always like, yeah, like, what did you think he was going to do? That's always been my attitude. Like, online, like the social media people, because they're melting down and they make you think when you go on there as a normal dude, like, oh, everyone's melting. No one's melting down. Like, Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? My fucking own brothers smack me in the face and vice versa. You know what I mean? People smack each other in the fucking face all the time. Like it's just like, what did you think he was going to do? Have you ever just barged in someone's fucking room when they're pissed off and tired and angry? Like, have you ever done that? You know, shit goes down, dude. It's fucking stupid. It's just, it's crazy. And these people just laugh. These are military guys. Oh, they're probably military? So what does that mean? That they're dumb? No, it means they're not bitches and they don't care about that bitch shit that happened in fucking whatever league that no one fucking watches. Right? And I'm not trying to be shitty, but it's just, it's what it is, dude. Like, it's what the fuck it is. I watch it, so I'm not shitting. I'm not shitting on myself, right? It's self-deprecating, but it's the truth. It's just reality, right? Gotta operate in the truth. So, um, anyways, we're gonna keep going along with this. But the AEW fans are mad. Oh, they did react because they just did react. Gives a fuck, bro. They like, why are you mad that they're not clowning you guys? They're addicted to like abuse. It's just like dopamine hits. That's why they're so actively crazy on the socials. It's why their whole idea of wrestling is move porn. Like, and I said that, and someone's like, "Oh, nice copium move porn." It's like, no, that's what it is, bro. Like hardcore spots. We'll get into all that, but you guys know my stance on it, right? Like psychology, storytelling, number one. All of those like flips and dives are dope, but they're not what makes good wrestling. They are things that you can add to wrestling to make it exciting or create a moment or make it better or sell more tickets, right? But the core elements of wrestling is like facial, selling, pacing, storytelling, psychology. Those are the key things, right? So dives and hardcore spots and blood and no selling and false finishes, those are great elements. That's like the salt and the pepper and the oregano. You know, you throw that shit in there and it can accentuate or highlight or sell some extra tickets or fucking draw a number or do an angle or create a story. Those are things that can be create a moment, you know? Those are things that can be, it's just this simple. Undertaker, when he dove over the top rope, did he dive every match? No, he dove at WrestleMania. You knew at Mania, maybe SummerSlam, Taker's going to hit the ropes and he's going to dive over the fucking top. Okay? Roman might do that at Mania as well. Okay? You don't do it all the fucking time. That's what I would always say about Hangman at the start of AEW. Dude, Hangman's great, but he's just got to not do that moonsault to the outside every match. It makes it not special. He should just save it for those big matches. That's it. That's how you be an alternative to WWE while still taking the things about wrestling that make WWE work. Like there's a reason WWE's on fire and works. Oh, there's just all these dumb. Really? Like if we go play fucking Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and I ask the audience and fucking 80% of the audience is saying the answer's D and fucking, you know, the other 15 are saying it's A and 5% are saying it's C. I'm probably going to pick D, right, guys? Now, that's not to say, oh, if 100 people jump off a cliff, then whatever, but it's this notion of, oh, just because they sell the most doesn't mean it's the best. Yeah, your friend is the best cook ever. Gordon Ramsay's the shits, and your friend at home's a better cook who just cooks at home and doesn't travel the world and get his palate. It's because he's not number one. Yeah. Like Lil Wayne isn't the greatest rapper of all time. It's just your buddy down the way is because just no one's heard him yet. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Yes, McDonald's doesn't make good, affordable food. They're not the best at making good food that's like very passable, that clearly the general population enjoys, right? And it's affordable enough to where people, you know, billions of people go there a day and they're not like robbed out of pocket, robbed blind eating there. That is, McDonald's doesn't do that. Is that what you're saying? No, it's the best product that's affordable. WWE is the best wrestling product that's consumable for a reason, guys. Okay, come on. But yeah, it was funny too because on the SmackDown after this, CM Punk just brought up, "Oh, you can't smack people backstage," and then Corey Graves is on commentary. He just had a kid. Punk,
even JBL.
He shout out fucking Corey Graves. He just had a kid, and he went he was like, yeah, people were scared backstage. Like I feared for my life. And you gotta love Graves because at one point, if you guys remember, he had heat with CM Punk where he was tweeting out like, like after Punk lost in the UFC, Graves was tweeting out like, yeah, like you're a bitch, dude. Like we used to be friends or something, you know, like Punk held my kid before I did because I was on the road making dates and stuff like that. Whatever. And he's like, I actually grew up fighting, you know, he's like Punk, like I'll beat his ass kind of thing. But obviously they're cool, dude. That's years and years ago, right? They're making amends here. But
Everybody's happy to see CM Punk, even JBL. Everybody's welcomed me back with open arms. Except for that one guy. There's always that one bad apple that spoils the bunch, am I right? But I'm not going to put any stock in anything he has to say, and it's not because of his whiny voice. It's because he's not even the man in his own household.
oh shit. They're chanting, they're singing his shit. That's how over everyone is, dude.
It's about all he's got is that song. Keep it up.
Dude, this is the same old Punk, man. Not same old, but it's not like he's like, oh, people are like, oh, I don't like the happy-go-lucky Punk. It's not. He's doing the same thing he's doing in AEW. He's like, fuck you guys. He brings up the Blackhawks.
Even though and I'm so glad to be back home on this journey with y'all. We're going to find out exactly where I sign on Monday night. And I'm here to listen to y'all, and I've heard y'all. I'm here to listen to Nick Aldis. Over the weekend, I got a phone call scheduled with the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Calling, like, it's great they did that.
I'm going to talk to him about NXT, and then on Monday night in Cleveland, I'm going to hear what Adam Pearce has to say. And I promise you I will make my decision then. Almost 10 years to the day in the same town I walked out of this place in. All the men that I have mentioned today have one glaring, painful thing in common, and that's CM Punk is back, and I am the monkey wrench in their future plans and their future goals. Everybody wanting to talk about finishing their story. I'm back to finish what I started. And Monday night, I put pen to paper and begin my journey of finishing my story. And that means one thing. Main eventing WrestleMania.
Yeah.
John CM Punk has put everybody on notice. That's a mic drop moment you're going to be talking about for the next decade. That was incredible. Where does CM Punk sign? We'll find out Monday night on Raw from Cleveland.
So that's just money in the fucking bank. Dropped bombs. We'll hit him. I mean, what more can you do or say with that? So that's money, money, money. So he alluded to there, yeah, where like I'm gonna go talk to the Heartbreak Kid on the phone. Well, nah, he doesn't just show up on the phone. He shows up. Now, people were talking shit about Punk and saying, what the fuck was this promo with HBK? So it's like 2 minutes long. I'm gonna play it here. Crowd erupts for him. What's this promo? What is he doing? It just felt good. Yeah, it's two guys. It's the Heartbreak Kid and CM Punk, and they are two legends, Hall of Famers, literally and figuratively, as in about to be, you know? And, you know, they're over as fuck. This is when you're allowed to go out there and freestyle. Tony just lets everyone go out there and freestyle. This is when you're allowed to go out there and freestyle in WWE, when you're over like Rover. So NXT Deadline, which was a great show, man. It was really good. Now, the Deadline matches, they're not the greatest thing in the world for me. I don't know. It's like a King of the Mountain meets gauntlet match type thing. Now, I get the concept, whatever. There were some cool spots. Trick Williams, really, the men's one was really good, like the finish for it especially. Trick Williams won his. I can't remember. I think B. Priestley or someone won the women's, whatever. And they get title shots down the line. It was a pretty solid event. Now, I'm going to play this promo, but people were shitting on it going, what are they doing? And they literally say it in the ring. Like Punk's like, when you forget what you're supposed to say and I forget what I'm supposed to say. And we just da-da-da. They were just freestyling back and forth. You know what I mean? And they were just having fun. And you can tell Punk showed up last minute and he's wearing a Calgary Hitmen sweater. Yeah. Where the fuck is my yeah? And I don't know. It's just hilarious. And like, they're just cool, man. HBK's cool. Punk's cool. And I told y'all, you think HBK don't want to do business? He's part of the clique, bro. He's part of the clique. His best friends are fucking Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Sean Waltman. You know, I said it before. These dudes march to the beats of their own drums. They walked in and out of companies, changed shit, smacked people. They did all that shit, okay? So it's not like HBK is like, oh, yeah, work with the guy. So CM Punk, I think this is true. He surprised them, showed up because he also surprised everyone, and he's been a good boy, and he's surprised everybody by showing up to the PC and working with kids, and you see the pictures all over, and then the AEW marks because Punk's taking pictures with Lola Vice and Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. Oh, he's cheating on AJ. He's cheating on AJ. That's what these fucking no pussy weirdos are now saying. Like, they're just mad, reaching for straws, doing anything they can to try and diminish this guy's return and what he contributes to the pro wrestling business. So anyways, let's listen to this weird, awkward promo, but it got over. I was just laughing. Like, I didn't expect Punk to be there when I threw the show on. So I was super excited for it. And yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step all over your gimmick. Do you want to tell everybody to suck it now? Or is that, we don't do that anymore? Hell, I forgot. Look at us. Who'd have thought, huh? Me and you.
I just want to tell you something. Nice hoodie.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot my HBK merch. Sorry.
That hurts. That hurts, young man.
No. You guys made up.
No, he's wearing a Bret Hart.
I made up with Triple H.
It's not even a Calgary Hitman hoodie. It's a fucking Bret Hart.
Anything is possible, baby. Anything is possible.
I got good news and bad news, if I may, real quick. Do you want the good news? What was that?
Like, they literally forgot what they were going to say. And so they're just riffing together. The crowd's hot. It is what it is, man. They're over. This is what called being over is, folks.
The brilliant thing about you forgetting everything you're supposed to say and me forgetting everything I'm supposed to say is I get to do this. I'm backstage. Quite a few people come up to me and they say things like, I grew up watching you. And they take selfies with me, and now I get to do it with you because I grew up watching you. That's a beautiful thing. I missed my flight today, and I owe you a phone call. I thought I'd come in person and talk to you because the big question is CM Punk going to be on SmackDown or is CM Punk going to be on Raw?
And this is how you bring attention to NXT, man. God damn it. They're so smart.
Or
Tony could have did this with ROH. Bro.
NXT superstar.
They could just say ROH is, you know, a sister company to AEW and da-da-da, and you just keep everything separate. This guy flipping a bird right to play. This motherfucker don't like Punk in the front row here to the side. They're all chanting Punk, and he's just middle fingers up. They just hit the music. They're like, yeah, you motherfuckers are freestyling too long. Let's get on with the show. They hug each other. Well, the marks are like, oh, he's cheating on AJ because he's in the... Look at how HBK's embracing him and talking in his ear and telling him, like, bro, it's so, like, whatever he's telling him is some game right there. Real recognizing real. And now people were clowning, so... here I'm going to read some notes that I have here / it will jog my memory of what I want to say here. So basically, just to summate where we're at here, CM Punk's promos on Raw, SmackDown, NXT spiked ratings insanely. He shows up at Deadline. He's at the PC with NXT kids working. People are trying to clown Deadline. This is what I wanted to talk about. Saying the building's half empty, which it is. They had 5,000 people there. and the hard cam side was empty. Fucking WWE Real One, you guys know this motherfucker, WWE Real One, posted about the day before. He said, stop posting the hard cam side of AEW on Collision. Stop doing it, man. It's just feeding to the trolls. You know what it does. Stop doing it. So he says stop doing it. Then literally one day after, when the same can be applied to NXT. Also, AEW, dude, they have to, the hard cam side is empty every time. NXT, they run their Orlando building, or their they run their Capitol Wrestling Center, whatever it's called, the NXT arena. They fucking run that building constantly, and then for a deadline they go to a big building, try and sell thousands of tickets, and then they load up the other side because it's a big show and they want it to look big, and etc., etc. Here's the thing, they don't do this all the time. Like, if they were doing this to a detriment, which we know thanks to Brandon Thurston and those folk, those WrestleNomic good folks over at WrestleNomic and at WrestleTix, these guys, because they just post the numbers, we know that that AEW's losing money. So they're doing it to a detriment, guys, okay? Like, if AEW ran a small building, then for their pay-per-views, they tried to do a big building and it only drew 5,000 to 10,000, we would applaud it. We'd be like, yes, they're making a wave at least. We applaud when TNA does their little building and then they go to a pay-per-view and it's like, 1,000 people or 1,000 plus people here. We're like, yes, they're doing it. NXT, dude, they went and drew like 6,000 people, I think. And they didn't know Punk was going to be there. They didn't announce it. If they did, probably more people would have showed up. But even that, dude, like, he showed up out of nowhere, gave the fans a treat. And NXT, they don't always do this. So if they always did it, so this is where they try and go, we're doing that. Where's the criticism for the hard cam side? It's because here's where the criticism is. And I roasted this too. I just didn't have a podcast back then when WWE was tarping off her. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, WWE's dying. Like, what's going on here? So the thing is AEW does it all the time. NXT doesn't do it all the time. If they did, I would criticize NXT, and WWE, I'd go, bro, run smaller fucking buildings. Everyone knows that, dude. NWA would run out of the studio, and that's better than not being able to fill buildings and just throwing money down the toilet. You know, that's all I'm saying. Like, it's really just like a charity case company kind of. So, but like, the boys deserve it. Wrestlers deserve this shit, but some of them, their egos got out of whack because of the shit, whereas some of them are very grateful because of the shit, which, I fuck with the latter, not the former. So anyways, though, WWE Real One posts about stop posting the hard cam side, then immediately the day after did what he said not to do. I wrote, these people are energy vampires who don't care about wrestling and have no morality. They're hypocritical elitist dweebs, and that's why people are turned off by AEW. Anyways, the hard cam side is empty, but let me explain this to dweebs. NXT doesn't ever do big shows on the road outside of their CWC building or whatever. The building is always packed to the tits. Then they do maybe 4 PLEs a year. They go to a bigger building and they don't sell it out. That's what we want AEW to do. That's literally what we want them to do. Run small buildings or run Daily's Place weekly, and then take the shit on the road for a big event or pay-per-view. And if it doesn't sell out, oh well. Okay? Only morons don't realize this. Okay? I wrote, nobody knows AEW when CM Punk refers to them in his promos. WWE is so good at giving the smarky smarks like myself and the IWC little nuggets of gold to pop at, but then cater to the larger mainstream audience. He talked about WWE for 90% of the promo and then dropped 2 bars about AEW for the marks. That's how you do it. That's how you work, shoot, the shoot, work, shoot, brother. Now, the AEW goobers are freaking out on WWE fans, saying because they don't pay attention to AEW, they aren't real wrestling fans. They just like the promotion and not the wrestlers. And this has been driving me nuts. Oh, well, no, AEW fans are typically wrestling fans. WWE fans are typically WWE fans. Oh my God.
Dummy. Yeah.
That's the cope, dude. Okay. Here's my notes. I'm going to go off on this. Meanwhile, they're standing one promotion and hating the other. It's projection of the highest order to say WWE fans aren't wrestling fans. Okay? And I wrote, this proves how little anyone gives a fuck right now and how not over AEW is. Like, it's viewed as ROH or TNA, and that's what we all feared would happen. We just wanted it to be better. It's our last real shot at ever competing with WWE, and it's over now. So, but to tag on to what I said before, WWE fans are wrestling fans, just like AEW fans are wrestling fans, just like GCW fans are wrestling fans, just like fans of wrestling companies are wrestling fans. This whole narrative of notion of AEW is real wrestling is bullshit. Or we're wrestling fans. It's bullshit. If you're a fan of the NFL, you're a football fan. Okay? Period. Just because you don't follow and keep up with the CFL, the XFL, the AFL, and the Flag Football League doesn't mean you're not a fan of football. NFL fans are still football fans. WWE fans are still wrestling fans. AEW fans are still wrestling fans. It's that goddamn simple. It's this Dave Meltzer narrative bullshit. Real wrestling is simulating a conflict or combat to garner heat in order to sell tickets for a pay-per-view or PLE. Or a big house. It's very simple. Selling, storytelling, psychology, facials, pacing, etc. That's good wrestling. High spots, hardcore blood spots, false finishes, no selling, flips, dives, and 25-minute long matches doesn't mean good wrestling necessarily. Those are elements that can be incorporated into a wrestling match to make them more exciting, memorable, or unique, but without those core elements, the key elements I mentioned prior, sellies, storytelling, psychology, facials, pacing. Without those elements, it's just pro wrestling moveset porn. Think about it. You're tugging on your ween feels nice, and it'll make you bust, but it does not count as a body, folks. And that's my rant on that shit. So, yeah, that's my rant on that. And continuing along, let's just talk about let's go on with CM Punk's promo. Sorry, I'm just writing a note here. Okay, so let's move along with CM Punk and his feud with Seth Rollins now. So I wanted to break that up because now we're really getting into the meat and the potatoes. Now we're really getting into what CM Punk is going to be doing with his time in WWE, obviously the Seth thing. So here's the full promo. I wish you guys could watch. Maybe I'll do a little visual element with this clip. I don't know. Probably not, dummies. Yeah. But here's Punk and Seth. And they're faced off. And the crowd's going, holy shit. So Seth interrupted Punk's promo. And the crowd's just going, holy shit. Holy shit. Like they're losing it. And they're just facing off, and dude, this was intense. And Punk signed with Raw, so he agrees with Adam Pearce. Pearce is in the ring. But this feud, dude, is going to go nuts. Like, this is so epic. And after one of Punk's promos, he faked like he fucking threw a baseball and knocked it out of the park, I think, after SmackDown, and he did, and he has been. This shit has been phenomenal.
Cleveland, Ohio. CM Punk. Welcome to Monday Night Rollins. I hope you know how incredibly fortunate you are to even be standing in this ring right now. But could you just do me just one little favor, just one thing, please? Don't you dare call this place your home. this place 10 years ago. Not only did you abandon it, but you actively tried to tear it down. You spent 10 years slandering me, slandering every single person back in that locker room, and then you want to walk back in here and call this place your home? This is not your home. This is my home.
Damn.
I've been here. Everybody in the back, those are my brothers and sisters. Everybody here, everybody watching at home, that is my family, and this is our home. And I will do everything within my power to protect it from people like you.
Fuck yeah, dude. This shit, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just letting it play. Shout out WWE. This shit is such money. Like, God damn it, dude. Powerful
Let
shit.
me make one thing perfectly clear. I don't want there to be any confusion. I know I'm a bit worked up. I want everybody to understand I'm going to say it plainly with every fiber in my being. I hate you.
Fuck yes. Heat, dude. Real heat. Taking real life shit and putting it in the ring. What AEW was scared to do.
But if you're going to be a part of WWE again, then I want you on Monday Night Raw. Because the truth always comes out, pal. The truth always comes out. I know, you know, everybody else knows. This is your last chance. And so, one of two things is gonna happen. Either you're gonna expose yourself, you're gonna self-destruct like you always do, and I'll be the first person in the back to slam the door shut on your legacy.
It's so nice that Punk can barb with people who are actually good on the mic, dude. Like, Punk and MJF was solid.
By some miracle, you have changed. And you've got any gas left in this old tank? Maybe one day you'll be lucky enough to stand across the ring from me in a World Heavyweight Championship match. And then I will expose you for the fraud that you are.
Fucking so
I will
good.
show you that there are levels to this. I will wrestle circles around you, and I will let you understand in real time what it means to be the best in the world.
They like Punk, man. And Seth might have to go heel because of this. Or it'll just be split 50-50, dude. You can't ever go wrong with that.
Are you done? That's your one pass, to stand here and speak to me disrespectfully without me coming after you. I have never asked for anything to be handed to me, and I've always done things stubbornly the hard way, and I'm here to do that. Adam Pearce, where you at? We're making things official. We might as well make it official.
Lola Vice posted a
CM
picture.
Punk is entering the Royal Rumble.
Fuck yeah. Lola Vice posted a picture of her and Punk, and it said shooters.
And when CM Punk wins, maybe, Seth, it's you he's coming after.
Ooh. I think you give it to Punk the hard way, you make him win the chamber. But that also fits Cody's story more, like he's scratch and claw and can't, desperation, can he do it, will he make it? So that might be what they do with Cody. Either way, it's compelling. We'll do some like Royal Rumble stuff closer to the Royal Rumble, like talking about predictions and things like that. I've been currently kind of writing out my WrestleMania cards, what I would want them to be so far, and I'll unveil those too. But yeah, definitely you guys need to vote on your PWT awards. I'm going to start making posts for those as well and just getting more people into that. But yeah, let's drop a round of applause. And we will for CM Punk, because the man is money. The man is money. You cannot be mad at the man. But of course, people are trying to find reasons to be, but there's a bunch of dummies, man. They're just a bunch of goddamn dummies.